2 months ago, I was 29 years old, living in Austin, Texas, with over $110,000 in my crypto portfolio. In 48 hours, it was all gone. My name is Liam, I'm a graphic designer, and this is the story of how a fake crypto guru didn't just steal my life savings, he vaporized my future. I was doing everything they tell you to do. I had a decent job, I was grinding away, trying to save up for a down payment on a house in a city where that feels basically impossible. But every single year, the math just wasn't mathing. Student loans, rent, inflation, the goalposts just kept moving further away. The whole financial system felt rigged, like it was designed for our parents' generation. My entire social media feed, though, was full of people my age who apparently found the cheat code. They were trading crypto and living this life of freedom I was desperate for. I wasn't even greedy. I just wanted a fair shot. That's when I found him, Crypto Chris. His ads were everywhere, but he was different. He wasn't some dude screaming from a rented Lambo. He was calm, articulate, and sounded genuinely smart. He broke down complex market trends, and his whole vibe was about democratizing wealth. He felt more like a professor than a salesman. He never pushed a product. Instead, he offered a free Discord group. Come learn. The only investment is your time, he'd say. It felt completely safe. So I joined, along with thousands of others. The community was electric, people sharing small wins, thanking Chris for his free advice. It was masterful social proof. After a few weeks, Chris announced a private, invitation-only group for his most dedicated students, and he moved us to Telegram for privacy and security. This is a huge red flag I missed. By moving us from a public forum to a private, encrypted app, he was isolating us from outside opinions and creating an echo chamber. In the Telegram group, Chris got personal. He shared stories of his own failures, making us feel like we were his inner circle. This is a classic pig butchering scam tactic, building deep, personal trust for weeks before going in for the kill. He wasn't just a guru anymore. He felt like a friend. He was fattening us up for the slaughter. Then came the pitch. An exclusive opportunity to get in on the ground floor of a new crypto project called Nexus. He said it had revolutionary tech. He sent a link to a professional-looking website with a slick white paper, team bios, the whole 9 yards. It looked totally legit. To seal the deal, he shared a video clip in the group. It looked like a famous tech billionaire at a conference talking about the exact kind of technology Nexus was supposedly built on. Looking back, I can see the glitches, the uncanny valley of the AI deepfake. But at the time, it felt like irrefutable proof. Chris told us the only place to buy Nexus before it went public was through a specific decentralized platform. He gave us the direct link. I was still a little hesitant, so I decided to test the waters. I put in a small amount, about $1,000, just to see what would happen. Over the next week, the number on my screen was intoxicating. My $1,000 turned into $2,000, then $3,500. The Telegram group was on fire, with people posting screenshots of insane gains. The energy was electric. Of course, none of it was real. We were just watching numbers he typed into the code of his fake site. Seeing those fake profits, I saw my future flash before my eyes. The down payment, no more student loans, financial freedom. Blinded by greed and FOMO, I made the single worst decision of my life. I liquidated everything. My 401k loan, my savings, everything. I put all $110,000 into Nexus on his platform. For 24 hours, I was a king. I felt like a genius who had finally beaten the system. I went out for dinner, I bought a bottle of champagne, I called my parents and told them the good news was coming. I was on top of the world, staring at a number on a screen that represented all my dreams coming true. The next morning, I woke up early, buzzing with excitement to check my new balance. I grabbed my phone, heart pounding, and clicked the bookmark for the platform. 404 not found. My blood ran cold. I tried again. Nothing. A cold sweat started dripping down my back. I frantically opened Telegram to check the group. This group no longer exists. I searched for Crypto Chris on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. Every account, every post, every video, everything vanished into thin air. There was no error message to troubleshoot, no hacker to blame, just a digital ghost and a gaping $0 hole where my entire life used to be. The feeling wasn't just panic, it was a deep, gut-wrenching shame. He didn't just steal my money, he stole my trust and made me feel like the world's biggest fool.
The next few days were a blur. How do you explain this to anyone? That you weren't hacked, but you willingly gave it all away? The shame is a prison. You want to hide it from your friends, your family, everyone. It's an isolating gut punch of a feeling that these predators rely on. I finally broke down and called my sister. I couldn't even get the words out, just ugly sobs. Explaining it to her, saying the words, "I lost it all," out loud, was one of the hardest moments of my life. The embarrassment was crushing, but her reaction wasn't what I expected. There was no "I told you so," just silence. Then, okay, what's the first step? That one question shifted something in me. I was still a victim, but maybe I didn't have to just stay a victim. The shame was still there, but now it was mixed with a tiny spark of anger. Anger at him, but also at myself. The guilt was eating me alive, telling me I was stupid and deserved it. I spent a whole day just sitting in that feeling, the despair, the self-loathing. And then I realized the scammer was counting on this. He was counting on my shame to keep me silent and paralyzed. My silence was his greatest protection. And right then, I decided I wasn't going to give him that.
Step 1. Accept and forgive. The first and hardest step to recovery was radical acceptance. The money was gone. The crypto transactions were irreversible, and I had to forgive myself. I made a mistake, a catastrophic one, but beating myself up wasn't going to bring the money back. It was just keeping me trapped. Step 2. Become the detective. My anger turned into fuel. I stopped being a victim and started being an investigator. I spent 72 straight hours documenting everything. Every wallet address, every transaction hash, every screenshot of Chris, the websites, the Telegram group members. I created a massive evidence file. Step 3. File official reports the right way. I didn't just file a local police report. I filed a detailed report with the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, IC3, providing every single piece of data I had. I included transaction IDs, the scammer's crypto addresses, and a timeline of events. This is critical because federal agencies are the ones who can actually work with exchanges. Step 4. Find the other victims. I knew I wasn't alone. I went on Reddit and Twitter and searched for Nexus Scam and Chris. It took time, but I found them. A dozen other people who had been in the same group. We started our own private Discord, this time for the right reasons. We found a community in our shared disaster. Step 5. Weaponize the data. Together, our evidence was 10 times more powerful. We compiled a master list of the scammer's wallet addresses and transaction flows. We didn't just send this to the FBI, we actively sent it to the compliance departments of major crypto exchanges, warning them that these wallets were involved in a massive fraud scheme. Step 6. Collaborate with blockchain analysts. We learned about blockchain tracing firms, companies like Chainalysis or TRM Labs, whose entire job is to follow the money on the blockchain. We contacted journalists who cover crypto crime and gave them our story along with the data. We decided to make as much noise as humanly possible. A week later, we got a hit. One of the major exchanges confirmed they had frozen an account linked to one of the wallets we reported, locking up over $2 million of the scammer's funds before he could cash out. We hadn't gotten our money back, but we had dealt a real blow. It was the first time I felt a sense of power. Now for my personal finances. It was a dumpster fire. I had to create what I called a scorched earth budget. I canceled every subscription, stopped eating out, sold my car, and moved into a cheaper apartment with a roommate. It was brutal, but it was about survival and taking back control. My 9-to-5 wasn't going to cut it. As a graphic designer, I went into overdrive. I hit up every freelance platform, took on small logo jobs, and worked late into the night. It wasn't about getting rich, it was about clawing my way back to zero, $1 at a time. The temptation is to try another high-risk play to win it all back. Don't. I started rebuilding the slow, boring way. A small, automated amount every payday into a simple S&P 500 index fund. That's it. The get-rich-slow scheme is the only one that's real. It's the ultimate anti-guru strategy. Quickly, my DMs were flooded with recovery experts promising to get my crypto back for an upfront fee. These are just another layer of the scam. Real law enforcement agencies like the FBI will never charge you for assistance. Never, ever pay a recovery service. It's been a year. I don't have my $110,000 back. That might be gone forever. But my finances are stable. I'm out of the immediate danger zone. And our victim group? We've worked with authorities and have successfully linked our scammers' network to over $10 million in frozen assets across multiple exchanges. The brilliant solution wasn't some magic trick to get my money back. The brilliant solution was turning shame into action. It was building a community to fight back, weaponizing data, and hitting the scammers where it hurts, their wallets. We took away their ability to profit from our pain. The real lesson is that in crypto, there are no shortcuts, there are no gurus. The dream of getting rich quick is the most expensive fantasy you can ever buy. Anyone selling you that dream is a predator, and you are their prey.
If this happens to you, immediately report it to the FBI's IC3.gov. Document every transaction ID and wallet address. Warn the exchanges where you bought the crypto. Find other victims. There is power in numbers. This is so embarrassing to talk about, but my silence is what these predators count on. If this story can save even one person from the hell I've lived through, then it's worth it. Share this video. Expose their playbook. Spill the tea in the comments. What is the biggest money mistake you've ever made? Let's destigmatize these conversations and learn from each other. Your story could be the red flag someone else needs to see. This experience cost me more than money. It cost me years of my life. But I refuse to let it cost me my voice. I turned the worst moment of my life into a mission. This isn't just my story. It's for the thousands of victims too ashamed to speak out. Real financial freedom isn't a 1000x coin. It's building a budget. It's establishing an emergency fund. It's slowly investing in proven assets. It's boring, it takes patience, and it works. Be skeptical. Be patient. Do your own research from multiple, reputable sources. And never, ever forget the oldest rule in the book. If it sounds too good to be true, it absolutely 100% is. Don't let their fake promises destroy your real future.
If you want to hear more true financial horror stories and learn how to navigate the financial minefield, click subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Stay safe out there.